This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as Pt.2 TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-Pt.2 TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
It doesn't make any sense. Where is the criminal charge for that? Okay, we go on. It says the incident was caught on video and sheriff's detectives were asked to make a report based on interviews with witnesses. Evidence collected at the scene in video and photographic evidence. Okay, it says here the incident was caught on video and sheriff's detectives were asked to make a report based on interviews with witnesses, evidence collected at the scene, and video and photographic evidence. Police have said a gun was found in the car. Elyria police officers Charles MacArthur and Alan Kubis were placed on paid administrative leave after the shooting per Elyria police policy, but have since returned to work. Elyria police do not yet have body-worn cameras, and the city has been considering purchasing them for several years. All right, so another thing I want y'all to comprehend, this is what I need you to comprehend. The local newspapers in your area, those are, yeah, right. He should have been charged for pointing the gun alone, and that's how you know there's something being played, a game being played. What you guys have to understand about the local newspapers in your areas is those newspapers are the newspapers for the courts. The Elyria Municipal Chronicle Telegram, that's the court's newspaper. All right. The Morning Journal, that's the Lorain Municipal Court's newspaper, because they always make sure that these articles are written in a way and worded specifically to where the benefit of the doubt is always given to the police. They can never be seen as making a mistake. They're always given the benefit of the doubt, so they always word these articles in a way to make it seem as if the police didn't do anything wrong. But I can tell you, first of all, there's a charge that we have right now that's available for the police. It's an Ohio Revised Code. It's called dereliction of duties. If you are a witness to a crime as a police and you do not enforce the law, there's a problem. So we also have charges that should be filed on the police, because you can't sit here and tell me this man has pointed a gun at you and you haven't filed any criminal charges, none whatsoever. You mean Dennis P? Let me tell you something. Based on Dennis P. Will's history here in so-called or in Elyria, Dennis P. Wills has dealt with Damon Battles a bunch in his time. Okay, Dennis P. Wills has dealt with a bunch of people that we know personally all our lives a bunch of times. Let's not beat around the bush. Damon Battles has been going to prison his whole life. No disrespect, this is just a fact. He's been going to prison since he was a little boy. So you mean to tell me, after his several dealings with Dennis P. Will being bonded over from the municipal court to the court of common pleas, because that's what happens when you get the big charges, they send you to the municipal court, and then if they see that it's a liable charge, a viable charge, they bond you over to the court of common pleas. Dennis P. Wills has been in the court of common pleas for at least 15 years, 20, maybe 30. He's been there for a very long time. You mean to tell me that he didn't push for the criminal charges to have Damon Battles charged for criminally aiming a firearm at the police? There's a game being played, period. And see, this is why they like to keep people uneducated, and they like to use the media to mold the way that you think. This is why I wanted to throw this out there. The newspapers here are the newspapers that are for the benefit of the courts and the police. That's why you can barely believe anything that they say, because they're liars. I went down here and done an interview with these people before. They went down here and changed everything I said and made it go in a total different context. They're liars, and they will always write a story for the benefit of the courts and the police. That's what they do. That's what they do. They don't do real journalism down there. It's called yellow journalism. That's what it's called. They don't do real journalism. They always write something for the benefit of the courts and for the police to make people look bad. Just like now, all of a sudden, I go online and I search Isaiah Robinson, and all of a sudden now you can find more positive pictures about Isaiah Robinson. You see the other pictures they put out first to criminalize Isaiah Robinson. They put out mugshots. They put out mugshots while his Facebook profile was public and open to where you could have went and got some family photos of this man. You see what I mean? This is why you cannot trust the newspaper in your local areas, because they went and criminalized a man. They put an image of a criminal in your mind before this report is even out. So now people, specifically those of the Caucasian persuasion, are thinking he deserved it. Maybe he didn't do this. Maybe because that's what's always said and done when it comes to us. See, I'm not that type of journalist. I don't do that type of journalism. I don't work for the courts. I don't work for the police. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck that I want. And this is bullshit, I call it. This is bullshit. This damn review should have been done. Matter of fact, this review shouldn't have even been done by anybody in Lorain County, period. It shouldn't have been done by anybody. They should have had a federal investigation. This is why this is taking so long. Dennis P. Will is in a position of conflict of interest because he has to worry about being voted back in. Dennis P. Will hasn't said anything about retiring. Has he said anything about retiring? He hasn't. Dennis P. Wills has to get back in office. So he has to, satisfy his constituents. And if criminal charges are filed against these so-called white men, let's just keep it real, for killing a nigger. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want. I don't work for none of these companies. They don't cut me a check, so I'm gonna say whatever I want. When it comes to killing a nigger, you bet not dare put these good old white boys on trial. Look at his history. He has criminal history. You know what they do to diminish our value after they've murdered us. You know what they do. You know exactly what they do. That's why this is taking so long, because Dennis P. Wills has to find a way to play chess in order so there's a win-win situation, and the niggas always lose when there's a win-win situation. We always lose. They're playing. This investigation should have been done. Was Isaiah Robinson the one who pointed the gun out the car? That's a question that should be asked simply. No. Then who pointed the gun? And if there was a gun pointed and he ain't dead, where are the criminal charges at? Because there was never a gun pointed. No matter what you say about anybody that was in that automobile, those men were smart enough to know not to point a damn gun at the police so they end up dead. Come on now. That's the whole reason why they didn't want to get out in the first place, because they thought that they were going to be slaughtered. So either we can sit by while these public servants commit acts of fraud and crime while they're in office. We can sit by and not ask questions. We can sit by and may like we don't see what's going on, not saying anything. It's a problem. And you can best believe they're going to find a way to sweep this up under the rug, some shape, form, or fashion. And then in order to clean it up, guess what? Later on down the line, they're going to try to charge so they can clean their story up. You can best believe Damon Battles is probably going to end up getting this charge that I'm telling you that they should have placed on him if he actually did what they are claiming he did. Watch. No, of course not. Of course. But y'all watch. In order to clean this up, eventually they're going to have to charge Damon Battles criminally. That's the only way that this can fly. That's the only way. So y'all should be talking to your public servants and letting them know that you see the game that's being played. Period. And let them know that you see the game that's being played. Write them. Send them something. Something. Because I can see this. This is straight up game right here. This should have been done and over with. There should be charges filed already. There should be something on the docket for this. But that's just my opinion. That's just my commentary. I just want to make that clear. That's my opinion. That's my commentary. That's how I feel. But I would hope that others are able to put two and two together and see what I'm saying here. Right. Damon Battles, this is what I'm saying. With him having the criminal history that he has, he would have had, yeah, exactly. He would have had all those charges. It is so crazy. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Just put something on y'all minds real quick. Have y'all asking questions. Please like and share this. I appreciate Brother Mirandus Berger for going ahead and interacting with the comment. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all, because we have to get this information out here. Because if we're going to keep relying on the media that's in the local areas, again, I'm telling you, that is the media. That's the courthouse's media. That's the court's newspaper. Look at how they write their stories when it comes to you and yours. That's the police's in the court's newspaper. So show me some love, because I don't get paid from none of these people. I'll say fuck them. I'm going to call them out all day. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm up out of here. Peace and love. JudahSon, Put It Out There TV 1.